Good morning to you. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. It is a new week. Thank God, it is a Monday. Beloved, whether you like Mondays or not, Mondays will always come. It doesn't matter how you feel about Monday, Mondays will come. Alright, so it's Random Thought with Maxine. I have Maxine here in the studios. Okay, so there's a kind of feel about Monday mornings. I don't know how Maxine feels about Monday mornings. For some of us, Mondays are more tiresome than Fridays. I want to find out from Maxine. Maxine, how are your Monday mornings?
Hello everyone, good morning. It's always a pleasure connecting with you. I like the question. I'm thinking, how do I answer this one? So Mondays, as we know, begins the week, and for some of us it's tight, for some, but for me, I'm always looking forward to Mondays because it's Random Thoughts with Maxine, and I can share my thought with you. I only would want to have a lot of rest during the weekend so that I am all geared up for Monday. So whether Monday comes with it, wahala, any day, anytime, I think I just psych myself up that once it's Monday, just give it your best shot. Good morning.
All right. So you heard from Maxine. For me, I don't have a particular feel about Monday mornings. Okay, they are as and when.
Okay.
Mostly when Fridays you're supposed to finish something at work and you're not able to finish. Okay, when Monday is approaching,
you dread it.
Charlie, that report.
Okay.
All right, so it is a beautiful Monday morning, and we're here once again. We're bringing you Random Thought with Maxine. You can as well share your thought with us. We don't want to pour everything on you, okay? So if you want to be a part of the show, we're live on YouTube. Get to YouTube, search for Peny GH. We're live there. You can share your thought with us in the comment section, or you can as well do that on WhatsApp 0543-829571. 0543-29571. All right, so Maxine is here. She's ready, I guess, because I can feel the energy. All right, so Maxine, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so the energy is up. It's a Monday morning. What up? Hi. So we are here, and this morning I just want us to have a conversation around something that we all battle with, but I think we have not really taken time to kind of like tell ourselves is some struggles we have. And you know, on the show, we are everyday people. We have struggles, we go through difficulties, we want to be better people. So I just thought it wise to put this one across so that we can have a fruitful conversation around the subject. Hope you are ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into today's topic. So this morning, I was kind of like thinking some months back, I went to the salon, and as you know, I love my short hair. Any day, anytime, I love my short hair. So the lady did a good job. I was feeling myself in the mirror. But when I came back home, you know how it is like, you want to double check whether the same way you're feeling in the salon will be the same way you feel at home. So you know how you do it. For you to check if it's a good work, that you just take another mirror and stand with the mirror that you have. So it's like technically you have two mirrors, and then you just reflect. So I wanted to see how the back of the hair looked like. I am particularly careful about the back because I would at a point want to braid, and you know, when you go and it's too short, the madams and the apprentices, they'll complain, say, madam, I don't try to bow. So in order for me to avoid all those talks, I am careful when I'm asking them to cut. I'm like, cut to a level that my madam can hold and braid for me. So just when I picked that small mirror to kind of like see the reflection of my back, the mirror fell on my tie. Okay, and then all I could see was like a sharp cut, and it was white. You know, when it's white, then you know that you are in trouble because the blood that's going to ooze out here, the least said the better. So when I saw the white surface, I said, I mean, what is it that I wanted to see at my back, to the extent that I got myself a cut? And I'm sure we all all have some cuts on our bodies that we can tell exactly what happened. For me, I have 2 scars on my knees. They were deep cuts then because I fell, and it took time for it to heal. And you know those times when you get a cut and your parents are aware because your walking has changed, and you know Insocia is on fire waiting for you. They'll be Dettol and they are going to dress your wound for you. That's the part that we all dread. Someone dressing our wound with hot water. So there are times you keep your cut to yourself, you wear trousers, you stop wearing all your shorts just for those things to conceal the scar. But see, we all have scars, physical scars, that we can tell vividly the history and stories about the scars we have on our bodies. So I have told you how I got that scar on my thigh. Now I can't wear my shorts again thanks to a prepare and me getting a scar. But is there a scar on your body? Do you remember the story around it? Sometimes it is not about you experiencing the story. Maybe it was your childhood and your parents can tell you exactly how you got that scar. And I know people who are without scars physically, like women who are fair, like they have flawless skin. You know that this girl didn't do people growing up, or this boy was not playing a lot of football. But whatever it is, there is always a cut, there is always a scar that we understand and we can tell the story around it. If not even from our own perspective, our parents have told, oh, when you were a kid, you fell into a gutter one morning and this how come you got the scar. So scars are just like the visual reminders of an injury we have had, and we all have reminders. This morning, we have scars in our hearts. Not like the physical scar I got from the mirror that broke and fell on my thigh. But emotionally, we have scars in our hearts and in our minds. And these are scars that people caused. So for some of the physical scars, it was out of our own negligence. Sometimes we're just assaulting, we're not listening to our parents. So when you go there and you fall, you don't come back with a report because you get beatings on top. But there are some scars that we have gotten over the period that is as a result of people, okay? And so all of us, majority of us, have suffered some loss. We have been unlucky. People have ignored us. People have overlooked some of our capabilities. People have lied to us. People have betrayed us, and the list goes on and on and on. And emotionally, we are unstable, because just because somebody lied to you, just because somebody betrayed your trust, somebody looked down on you, somebody should have given you an offer, you know so well that you deserve this one. People have made accusations, and you know those accusations were unfounded. They were not the truth, but there was no way you could. Somebody will say, liberate yourself. There was no way you could say, this matter is not something that I did. And you feel lonely. And there are times you are powerless. And I'm sure we've all gotten to that point when you're expecting that colleague at the office to come to your rescue. Just because there's an accusation that you think, oh, this sister was around when the thing happened. And you just go to that sister and the person is like, oh, me, I don't want to be part of this matter. Then you just realize you are on your own. We have all at a point felt helpless, hopeless, powerless, just because of things people did, and just because we're expecting people to come to our rescue. And when it happens like that, the truth is, we are broken. And we become, somebody will say, by force introvert. Just because you thought that person was a friend and they could have sorted you out. This morning, I just want us to talk about the scars that emotionally, psychologically, we have incurred just because of some actions of some people, and what the possible way out for us was. Now, I don't know if you have ever thought about why people would want to revenge I don't know why we watch movies and we are so thrilled when people want to get even with people. I don't know what your motivation is when somebody does something to you and say, you, Papa Nyeshi Abonu Nyeshi. I don't know what your motivation is when you say, someday I will pay you back in your own coin. Because you just look at the situation and you realize that that person just lied. That person made you powerless. And revenging is your source of saying that if you did this to me, if you could not have come to my rescue, I'm sure you should also taste a dose of what you have done to me. And we all have been at that level. I don't know if you are listening right now. Was there a point that somebody accused you wrongly? Somebody didn't come to your rescue. People said things, they made you powerless. There was no way you could save yourself. And you thought that because of A, B, and C, because of the effect of what I went through, I will pay you back in your own coin. I don't know if you are an ardent viewer of telenovelas, but for all those of us who have enjoyed some telenovelas in the past or currently enjoying one, you know how the storyline is. It's always centered around people who were mistreated, people who were not listened to, people who were taken for granted, and they come back in other forms. Sometimes it's their children who come back to avenge the death of their parent, avenge the death of an uncle, just because they thought those people should have done the needful, which they didn't. This morning we are talking about revenge. Have you ever had a revenge on somebody? Have you ever thought that revenging is the best option you have left? Is there something that you are currently tossing in your head and you know that there's a part of you that is angry, there's a part of you that is jealous, there's a part of you that needs to make a statement, and so you want to resort to the Papa Nyeshi Abonu Nyeshi, an eye for an eye. But you see, even as Christians, we forget the golden rule: do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And that is the whole basis on which people will want to revenge. You are listening to me and like, why not revenge? And my question is, why revenge? Why shouldn't I pay back that sister? Why shouldn't I look for that guy who left me stranded at the altar? Why shouldn't I just put that medicine in that thing? That medicine thing, there's Nigerian film and a lot of Ghanaian film. The person will be killing you slowly with a portion. By the time you realize, you are gone. But for you, maybe it's not as extreme as the examples I have given. But you also have your way of revenging. And you are thinking through it. You are thinking through it that when the moment presents itself, you will think it's an opportune time to also shoot your shots. Who are you going to shoot this morning? Who is on your revenge list? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Your siblings? A work colleague? Church members? In-laws? Who is on your list? And the question this morning is it even useful? Is it important? Okay, I can understand. You don't know how I felt. You don't know how lonely it felt. You don't know how I went through the length and breadth just to clear my name on that subject matter. We'll be right back. Keep thinking through your answers. We'll be right back.
All right. So as you thinking, as you are pondering over this, you can also share your comments with us, share your thoughts with us, either on Facebook Peny GH or YouTube Peny GH, on WhatsApp 0543295571. Show me your scar. in fact, you see, before you come in, I was watching this movie with my grandfather, and The Lion King. Okay? And you see, Scar and Mufasa, So anytime they come together, my grandfather, so how do you differentiate between us? Oh, okay, so but then, you see, Scar, Bufasa gave Scar that mark, the Scar. So I said, okay, so if you see the one with the Scar, he is Scar.
Okay.
And if you see this one, it does symbol. Before I said, oh, okay, so what if the Scar, he grows and the Scar face? I said, no, this Scar would never.
That's sharp. You have sorted the old man out. So yes, that's the Lion King. It was a typical example of revenging. I mean, somebody was disgruntled, and we all at a point have felt powerless. We have felt ashamed. We have felt humiliated, and we think that, I mean, how can these people do this to us? How can you just treat me this way? And so I would have to pay back. I would have to get even. I would have to pay you back in your own coin. And it's always an option for us. It's always an option for us. But you see, whether you are in that category of people who think that over time I'll be fine, I'll let go, and whether you fall in that category of people who say that whether over time is the best sealer, whatever there is to this, I'll fight back. And those telenovelas we have watched are classical examples of how people will go to the length and breadth. People would plant people just to carry out the whole agenda of revenging. We revenge because we feel that the people in question have humiliated us. Have you ever felt humiliated? Have you ever felt lonely? Revenge for some is the last resort, but for us it's not. I sit here this morning and we are talking, and somebody will say easier said than done. That's the truth. Easier said than done. Because let me say this, there was a time somebody did something to me really bad. And you know, when people do things to you and they are not remorseful, that thing hurts. Somebody will say it cuts through the bones and marrows of your body. And so the person did something, and all I was expecting was just an apology. A sincere, I am sorry, I shouldn't have said this. And the person, rather, you know how it is like when people turn the tables. They make you feel like you are the problem, they didn't do anything and all that. And in my heart, I was like, God, what can I do to this person? You know I have been mistreated. You know the person is turning the tables against me. You know the person is taking me for a ride, and you just look at the situation and you are just helpless. What can I do about it? Then interestingly, ideas will start popping in your head. And that's where the challenge comes. Because just when you are thinking through your pains, the scar, the emotional imbalance, the option of what can I do comes to you readily available. And so I was just thinking through it, what can I do? And when you get to that point, that Bible quotation that says, vengeance is of the Lord, does not make meaning. It does not make meaning. If you have ever been in that situation where you are helpless, somebody has humiliated, vengeance is of the Lord, does not make meaning. But you see, at that same time, you will get some people who will talk you out of doing what you're about to do. And unfortunately, if you do not tell people what's on your mind, what your next move is going to be, there is a tendency you might go with the option that looks easy. Just because you threw a stone at me and I had a cut on my forehead, I should throw a stone back at you at the same spot so that you feel the scar. So that when you go around and people tell you that, how did you get this one? You can tell them that somebody paid me back in my own coin. To cut a long story short, I waited for a sincere apologies for years. I waited. Somebody will say, I waited in vain. It didn't come the first year. It didn't come the second year. It came close like 4 years after that incident. And I dealt with the pain of not revenging and healing myself. there's always an option for healing. Can you just play back that situation, that experience, that one that looked very humiliating, that one that made you feel hopeless, the accusations that you took in, those baseless ones, how you felt in that office? Can you just play it back in your memory? Remember the scar, that emotional scar. That year, you have put dates down. 22nd September, something. On my way to work, you have that day recorded. That date always sends that signal back to you as to what you went through and how people had hurt you. Can you just play those memories back? Somebody will say they're uncomfortable. I don't want to think about it. Why do you want me to revisit? We can't turn the hand of the time. The clock cannot go back to 6 again. But for you to get a total healing from that experience and not resort to vengeance as the tool and as the medicine for your sickness, just revisit the situation again. If it means you have to talk to somebody, just talk to them. Talk to somebody you trust. It is part of the healing process. Oh, my sister, this is what happened some years back. I still see that guy and my heart is filled with anger. It's filled with rage. But I just want to let go. Letting go is always the option out. Vengeance might give you a temporary satisfaction. Temporary satisfaction. And sometimes I think the whole energy that we even put in revenge is misguided. We go through the length and breadth. But can we come to the point where vengeance is not an option? See, after those years, I'm like, God, you fight my battle, but sometimes you are slow. You are not fighting it as we want it to be fought. Sometimes you want answers. Somebody had made some accusations about you in the office, and you need to clear your name, maybe in a matter of 1 month. And vengeance is of the Lord is knocking on your door. And you need somebody to say that this is what really happened. And the person who is supposed to say that to salvage the situation is quiet. And you are resting on vengeance is of the Lord. And you just want God to come through. But sometimes he doesn't even come through at the point where we feel is most important. And that's how our God works. Don't take issues in your own hands. I don't know the magnitude of the things that you are battling with. I don't know the level of the scar. I don't know how deep the scar went. Emotionally, I don't know how unstable and unbalanced you are. But vengeance is not the way out. It might look like it would give you a pleasant and a fulfilling satisfaction in the interim. But you see, at the end of the day, the costs that you will incur as against if you had taken your time to allow time to heal, time to clear the pain, time to clear the difficulties, it will be the best answer to the question. Time is of the essence. Patience is of the essence. Creating those bad memories, playing them back in your head, asking the Lord to help you heal through the process is important. Now you are listening to me and thinking, okay, easier said than done. Easy to talk than to do. I get it. But who has ever gone on an agenda to seek vengeance? Sometimes it's okay. You think you have gotten even with a person. But at the end of the day, probably if you had even taken your time, you would have the last laugh and you will laugh best. We'll be right back.
Still on Random Thought with Maxine. You can share your thoughts with us as well. 0543295571.
So it's Random Thought with Maxine. This morning we are taking it slow, nice and easy. We know as human beings it's part of our makeup to revenge. We all have the tendencies. It's not like we sit here, some of us are masterminding things in our head. We are just waiting for the time to strike. And it is part of us. Like we know that Charlie, I can do this and this thing you are doing. But you see, we look back and we're like, is it even important? And you know, the impulses will let you even know that this thing this guy did is small. People are so angry that even when they are playing football and somebody accidentally even puts them on the floor, they'll come back. That's how come they are used to the game, because they know that somebody will unknowingly, and sometimes it's knowingly, people do things to us that they are aware that they are hurting us, but they can't be bothered. And these are the scars they leave us with. But the question is, you have the power not to allow somebody to leave a scar emotionally for you to deal with, because the whole agenda to revenging is like time consuming. You forget to live your best life. You are always thinking. And I'll tell you something. You know how it is like when you're in the Christian circle and there's a brother who likes a sister, and unfortunately things do not go well, and they go and bring another sister. If the sister happens to be like a praise and worship leader, all the songs for the week is a kuti and kwa. And so you know it that the songs they are raising, because that sister knows vengeance is of the Lord, and the person cannot say, oh, Christo Nina, why you sing? The person will start singing. And then when they raise the songs, you know that song is for you. Then you know that, hey, that brother, that is your song. So fire on the mountain. Fire on the mountain. So you know how it feels like. Sometimes even as Christians, we want to feel like, we are people of God, and there's no evil in our heart. And if I hold iniquity in my heart, I have sinned. But you know you are harboring iniquities. You are just waiting for some opportunity. Please, I know this might sound cliche. Forgive and forget. Sometimes we persuade ourselves. As for this matter, as Christians, we must forgive, but it's not that easy. Or we say, Charlie, just move on. Let it lie. Let it go. Letting go of somebody you can also do what they did to you, maybe even better. It's not as easy as we are saying. But it's easy for us to know that we are in a better position if we do not take matters in our own hands. We are powerful if we allow things to take its natural course. We are powerful if we allow God to fight those battles for us. We are powerful because the person who thought they have hurt you will look back and say, what is this girl made up of? What are you made of? I know people who have been ditched on the altar. They don't go to cause commotion. No way. And so the men are there and thinking, he will come or he will not come. People would rather resort to hiring macho men and bouncers to come and cause commotion and pandemonium, whatever it is. But there are people who say the battle is of the Lord. And you know that brother who ditched you will be in his marriage and be thinking, this girl, has she really forgiven me? All the things I put her through, what is she doing? They don't even know your next move. And that's the power you have. If you don't resort to what looks favorable, what looks appealing, what will give you temporal satisfaction, and what will give you the edge that you've breaked even with a person, your effect is the one that is mind-blowing. Can you just hold on? Can you just play back those bad memories, those scars that you have incurred, the physical scars, the emotional ones, Can you just let go of that situation? You are thinking through it, like Sister Maxine. It's not as easy as you are saying. But it is the best tool. It is your biggest tool. It is the appropriate tool. Move on. Let it lie. Let it go. Vengeance is of the Lord. The healing starts with a conversation that is honest. The healing starts with knowing that those people do not deserve that you pay them back in their own coin. The healing begins when you know that for the many times you have been humiliated, taken for a ride, people have made you powerless. When you speak, your words do not go far. There is a time that is coming that the Lord himself will look at those struggles and fight those battles in a style that you now will believe. You now will be ready. Look through that situation right now. Are you contemplating vengeance? And for some of us, our forefathers too have given us tax. Now that I am dying and I'm no more, avenge my death. Avenge this. And we are fighting battles for people. We have resorted to fighting people's battle. We are avenging for other people. Just because the people will not do anything about it. And we think it is in our plate. Oh no, she's my sister. The way that guy treated him or the way that guy treated her. If my sister won't do anything, me, I'll do something about it. And we have taken work upon ourselves. Proskaya, busybodies. And we are doing things for people that those people themselves think they should not do anything about. Are you also in that position? Are you avenging for somebody? Have you taken the tax upon yourself? That, oh, these are the people who killed my mother's family members. They were the ones who took her to her early grave. I will deal with them. Meanwhile, your mother too has not given you permission to be fighting on her behalf. And we have taken these jobs upon ourselves and it's draining us. We are consuming ourselves. I don't know. Probably I am mistaken. Anyone who has gone on a journey to vengeance and has been successful, sometimes all you get is I paid you back and that's it. But it is not a guarantee for ultimate satisfaction in this life. It's always not. Find yourself in that category that will let things lie. Even if you have the capability of doing back what people have done to you, can you just undo those things? If you are contemplating one, can you just let go? Let it slide. Let God take control. Can you forgive that person? Because vengeance is always not the best way out. The best way out is knowing that you have power and the power resides in you not doing anything and you knowing that at the right time things will fall in place. We'll be right back.
All right, so I want to take this comment. We have this comment. This person says, is sometimes forgiving is not too difficult, but when you look at the depth of the scar, how deep the scar is determines whether you can easily forgive or not.
Yeah.
So I think with this person, the person is considering, okay, I want to forgive, I want to let go, not, but the person goes to look at the scar and say, no, this one, a better chance.
I mean, and that's it. For all the, I don't know if somebody's listening have gone through a motor accident or something. No matter how big that scar, it always heals. Mm-hmm. It always heals. Somebody, you talk to people and say, oh yeah, the daddy and for the past 3 years I have been working like this, but it wasn't like this. You should have seen me some years back. The scar, it will die. Mm-hmm. The scar will die. The mark is the physical evidence that you got injured.
Yeah.
And when you see it, it reminds you of your pain, of your struggles. But it doesn't remind you of the pain wholly. It reminds you that even in the pain, you got healed.
Yeah.
Even in the pain, you got healed.
If only we can understand that part, that
That's
we got
it.
healed.
We got
That's what
healed.
the issue is.
Yeah.
You know,
And so healing is the tool to avoiding all the need to avenge. And healing takes time.
All right.
And healing must take place. When healing takes place, you have no use for vengeance. When healing takes place fully, completely, and properly, it's not forcing yourself to heal. When it takes time and you take all the time. And I say this, turning the other cheek, it's not easy, but it's a tool that diffuses the power of the people who hurt us.
Okay.
You hit me on the cheek, hit again. The person's like, what are you made of? And so for me, turning the other cheek and saying that this is what you did, but Charlie, can you hit this other one? The person like, are you normal? But it's the tool. Can we just turn the other cheek slowly and nicely?
All right. Okay, I have this comment. That this person is saying some people are beasts. They will hit again.
You see, I mean, all this conversation we've been having the past few weeks just has to do with we knowing how to deal with people.
Yeah.
We set boundaries for some people. See, in your mind, have categories of people. You know, the segment of those who are beasts, those who come back hitting hard. Know those who are worth your slaps. Know those who are not worth turning the other cheek. Know those that you can do. Those that you can even give both cheeks to and say, "Madam, hit again." So you know the people you are dealing with and just categorize them so that you know as and when to deal with them and how to deal with them. It's always a pleasure of knowing how to deal with them and dealing with them as is required. So just do that.
All right. So you can also share yours with us, share your comments, share your thoughts with us. Random Thought with Maxine. We're still here in the studios. What do you think about what we are discussing today? Do you have any scars? Do you have anything that you're battling with that this one day I can't forget? And once I can't forget, I can't forgive. Revenge. And I think that there was one telenovela, Revenge.
Revenge. There was one. I mean, the whole plot and the whole play of incidents is just like the person was on a mission. And that's how it is, like a fire burning in you.
Yeah.
And once that fire starts burning, you know you're in trouble. But sure. I mean, can we quench the fire before it starts blazing?
Sure. Dumjano kakrawa.
For fire service.
All right, so share your comments, your thoughts with us on 0543295571. You can as well share with us on our Facebook page, Peny GH, or on YouTube, Peny GH. Random Thought with Maxine. So
I will just run the story by you. So I have a friend who tells me that the auntie, I mean, this is a true story, said the auntie caught the husband.
Okay.
One afternoon, like I think she left something in the house, dashed out of the office to come and pick it up, and then the thing happened. She saw the husband in something with another girl. They said this woman didn't talk, just picked whatever she wanted to pick, left, went to the office.
Wow.
And when she was telling me, she was like, she started on this note that my auntie killed the husband. I'm like, how? Also, the silence no cool. So this woman, after seeing the husband in bed with another woman, decided not to talk about the incident. So came back home, performed her wifely duties, and for continuous 3 months, the man couldn't tell what the next move of the woman was. It wasn't like he was wary of her actions. Why wouldn't you scream? And you know, we women will throw tantrums, and you did this to me, and fight with that. The woman never resorted to any of the options. Did whatever she was supposed to do. The man said, "Can we talk about it?" He said, "No, I'm okay." Less than 3 months, I heard the man died, and my friend tells the silence no cool, and silence kills.
Yeah.
It kills. And so when she told me that story, I was like, this woman is wicked. Yeah. That was her way of revenging. She didn't pack her things out, but she was quiet did what she was supposed to do as a wife, cooked. The man was worried, but there was nothing like that.
Nothing.
And for 3 months, she's like, I will kill you with my silence. We won't visit this topic. I won't talk about it. I won't tell you how I feel. And this is how some people operate.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best option.
The man will overthink and.
Also, when she said that, it was a story that made me understand her statement. That was her auntie that killed her husband because it was silence throughout.
Sure.
So I don't know, but sometimes silence too is golden. But if it means you have to talk about it, Obiane is style. Everybody, maybe probably the woman just bottled her sin up and was like, I am not going to deal with it in this manner. I think the man would have preferred, just insult me, pack your things out, let me come and beg you, do whatever you want to do. But the woman said, no, lie. With the silence may be cool. And so some people too will sort to silence, but for me I don't think it's the way to go.
Sure.
Just let the people know. And there are people who do not apologize for the things they do.
Yeah.
And that's the part that causes people to revenge.
Yeah.
It is the fuel that burns them.
Feel like they are taking you for a ride.
That is it. So some time back there was this guy in the neighborhood who went raping some girl, and thankfully you know how it is with law. You get a good lawyer, your case is sorted. And so he was sorted out. He didn't get the sentence. This guy still had the guts. When he's passing by the girl's house, he'll be passing comment and laughing and making fun of the victim. And so the woman was like, you know what? You have done one, I have not complained. We lost the case. I'll go on appeal. On appeal, guess what? The decision of the first matter was overturned. He went and was sentenced.
Wow.
And so you don't take the people you hate for a ride. If you are not even remorseful and you can't say an appropriate I am sorry, don't go rubbing it in their face and making them feel less of what they're already feeling. It's humiliating. And so people will think, okay, you raped me and okay, me to tell my pebble is biama. Yeah, clear. Area boys are boo you.
Or you did like the way the Ghanaian movies they do. When they want to poison you, they put the medicine in the drink, they stir it.
They won't die, you will die. So that's it. So it is out of people's carelessness and not being emotional and not being callous. How can you do things to people and still see them and laugh in their face? You don't do that. And so please, some people too, I don't know how they were wired.
But that's what the first commenter
I don't know how you hate people. Who does that?
He says some people are beasts. They hate again.
Then that's what the beast level.
Okay, so please take it easy, okay?
Take it easy.
Let's try to forgive. Don't be provoked too much. You know that there are times you'll be searching to revenge, and when the revenge is not coming, okay, you'll be hurting yourself.
Yeah, because you're just waiting for the time to strike, and the time too is not presenting itself. How about being the powerful one, letting go? Time will take care of your issues.
Sure.
They will take care of its issues, and you'll be the last one laughing. And you laugh at the hardest. You laugh the hardest.
Because there are times you give all your energy to the revenge, and good things will pass by.
That is it. That's it. People have lost husbands just because they couldn't just forget that man is married, and there's somebody who is around seeking attention, and you have lost it, and that man too won't come again.
No.
You are revenging. Hey, forget it all. Live your best life now.
All right, we still here. London Third with Maxine. You can share your comments with us. 0543-29571. 0543-29571. All right, someone said the most powerful revenge is to leave the person to God and forget. The most powerful revenge is to leave the person to God and forget. The forgetting is the issue. The forgetting. The sky is there, so I'll see it every day.
Yeah, that's it. But you see, finally, when that story I shared, the person the person said the sorry I was looking for.
Yeah.
When he came, I was like, oh, so this was what I was looking for. But then I had, and the person thought I had no. The person said, oh, he spoke to somebody. The person said, you should officially come and say sorry. And that man, I said, oh, there be a meaning, and people will feel like, no, there's a part of this is not right. How can this person just let this matter slide? But the truth is, probably you have gone through the healing and you are healed properly, and so you don't even have any agenda to strike. But they'll be in their uncomfortable corners and they are thinking you are just about to strike. When she also look at nothing.
All right, so we have this comment here. He said, scars are important. If Jesus had no scar, he wouldn't have been able to convince Thomas. So Jesus went to Thomas. So if the scar was not there,
Thomas was there. He said, Master, can I see your hands?
Oh yeah.
He said, Master. So sometimes we see them like it reminds us of what we go through, but it doesn't leave us in that state.
Sure.
It should just like a quick one.
Sure.
Then you just switch back to your new life. Yeah.
All right, so the scars are important. All right, so we should be running up now.
Okay.
Our time is, but I grow yet then on that.
Oh, I know what's up.
Okay, you can still share your comments with us. We are here 0543295571. There's this comment. Someone is saying that the most annoying part is that you forgive the person and no revenge, but the next day you see the person revenging some other person. It makes you feel like going back to
your own planning. Sankofa. You feel like saying Sankofa. I should have done this thing.
Oh, but I think that there is some story like that in the Bible.
Yeah.
When the master forgave.
Yeah. And he went to say, give me my money. And the master was like, hey, I forgave you, but you won't make him. And that's the parable of the servant. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes the Sankofa is good.
The master just changed his mind like that. He said, you are a very wicked man.
Yeah.
I forgave you. Now your brother owes you small law. And that's Master Jesus for you. His vengeance is nice. That's how he says, vengeance is of the Lord.
Sure.
This is nice.
Yes,
like
nice
need formula, need formula. No, can we just leave the formula for him?
All right. You can also share yours with us.
Yeah.
Random thought with Maxine. Show me your scar. Do you have any scars to show? Okay, I have this comment here. It says some people play it cool in life and get scars. Some people play it rough in life and never get scars the whole of their life. Life is not fair.
But you see, sometimes you think that they are playing it hard and do not have scars. For some of the scars, especially the emotional ones, you see the physical ones, you can see it.
Yeah.
But the emotional ones, you are not sure. There are people who are all introverted. If you go deep into their lives, you know that once upon a time, this man was insane binti.
Yeah.
And a man I say. Yeah. And so for the emotional scars, it's when you have an honest conversation. That person says, I don't know, you have gone through all these things. So it's not evident that this person has gone through some stuff, but it's like but when they tell you their story, you appreciate. So it's always not like how it looks. And to say yeah.
Most times the scars are not on our forehead.
Yeah.
They are on our chest.
They are on our chest and in our heart. You be so I say, hey, let's have
Oh God. So we all have scars. Show me yours.
Okay.
All right. Oh God. Just as we said, someone said. Shirt trousers, we all have scars.
It's work at also.
All right. So you are hiding your scar.
No, you see, somebody was just looking at me and said, "Oh, Maxine is in the studio, all glammed up and that's it." Share into Wakata. So yesterday I shared a picture of my app there. So we cry and we smile.
Sure.
See, Charlie, night before there are things we are battling and we have gone through, but we come here and it's all like, and that's the beauty of it, because we know that each day presents us an opportunity to be better. So. Just
like we were discussing last Friday on Tell Me About It, SK. Okay, and then they said that society is suppressing men, that women should be and it's killing a lot of people.
So there are a lot of things we've bottled in, and that's it. Even as children, we bottled in a lot of things, and we think through and we are like, no, I was hurt. But you see, the powerful tool for healing is having an honest conversation about it, and knowing that you are the better person when you don't waste your time revenging.
All right, so any final comment?
Okay, so the final comment for the day is, I don't know whether you are contemplating pulling a fast one on somebody, revenging. Please, it is time consuming. It would rob you of your own joy and your ability to live a well fulfilling and meaningful life. Know that you are the powerful one. When you allow things to slide, you allow things to go, and you forgive and you forget. Know that once the person knows that you don't even have intentions of doing anything, it kind of like sharpens the contrast between you and the person. And know that you don't have to waste your time. Just take it a step at a time. The scars will remind you of your pain and how people made you feel. But know that at the right time, those who are not remorseful get remorseful. Those who are supposed to tender in a sincere apology will do that. It's a matter of time. Do not take matters into your own hands. Just allow things to take its natural course. The Lord is fighting every battle. For those who are currently going through some accusations, challenges, difficulties, know that the Lord is fighting your battles for you. Now you might look hopeless, you might look helpless, but the battle is of the Lord, and your reward is coming. It might not come very soon as you expect, but it will come. And at the end of the day, you'll be glad you didn't do anything about it. Just stay put, trust God, and you'll be fine.
All right. So stay put, trust God, and you will be fine. So this has been Random Thought with Maxine, and today we spoke on Show Me Your Scar. It's all about revenging. Can you give everything to God? Can you forgive and forget? So I want to say a very big thank you, and God bless you for tuning in, for staying with us. Those who watch on YouTube, those who listen on radio, we're so grateful. So we want to say a very big thank you, and God bless you. For those who sent in their comments, thank you, God bless you. And today, none of you added your names.
Please add your names. Please, I want to know, so that I'll be saying thank you, Philip. Thank you this, thank you that.
All right, so next time, please add your names, okay? All right, so I want to say a very big thank you, and God bless you to Maxine for sharing her thoughts. For all those who just listen to thoughts without sharing your thoughts, the next time we'll catch you by surprise.
Please let us see you.
All right. So we will meet again on Wednesday, where we bring you the midweek version or the midweek edition of Random Thought with Maxine. Today we had some visitors at the studio, and they decided to pop into the studio, and they stayed outside. We thank you all for coming. God bless you all, and we'll meet again. Don't forget, Alex will come your way at 3:30 with the Encounter with the Lord, a message from Reverend Father Nicholas Lasse right here on Peny Radio. And today at 7 p.m. we'll bring you Word of Life with Mark. Today we end the series, The 7 Spirits of God, and start a new series on Wednesday. God bless you for being a part of today's program. Let's meet again next week. It is a bye for now.
Bye.
Papa no. Anya correct.